Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to present presentation 1, which is differentiation. First of all, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Nur Adani Benti Nazri, 01 DKA22F1120.
My name is Nur Fadilah binti Muhammad. My matric number 01 DKA22F1136.
My name is Nur Rashiki binti Nur Sari. My matric number 01 DKA22F1117.
My name is Solomon Mukhtar. My matric number 01 DKA2F1131. Introduction. Differentiation. Differentiation is used widely in solving problems, especially in engineering, medical, commerce, agriculture, and many other fields. When you find the rate of change of a quantity with respect to another quantity, you are actually doing differentiation. Another name for differentiation is the derivative of the function. If a person is running up a hill, his vertical height will change with respect to his horizontal height. This rate of change of vertical height with respect to horizontal height is called its gradient.
Applying derivative in real life. Hi, welcome to this video which is all about applying derivative in real life. First, what are derivative in mathematics? Derivative is a way to show rate of change that is the amount by which a function is changing at one given point. Derivatives are used in mathematics, chemistry, physics, and even in business. Now let us straight to it. For example, here is Bob. Bob is intellectual person and he is working for hours now to go to the mall. After a few minutes, he become thirsty. I'm thirsty for water. After a while, I become frustrated and he found a water dispenser. Now I'm gonna draw him closer dispenser. How much water flows out of the faucet during the first 5 minutes the faucet is turned on? The faucet is turned on and water flows out at a rate of V bracket T equal T cube minus 1 over 6 T square plus T gallons per minute. Where is the number of minutes since the faucet was turned on? To the nearest gallon. How much water flow out of the faucet during the first 5 minutes the faucet is turned on? So, in this problem, we want to know the change in the amount of water that has come out of the faucet from times T equal. Before we proceed, we have to identify first the formula to be used in the problem. This is one of the general rules of integrations that is essential in our problem. Integral xn dx equal to xn plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c, where n is the exponent and c is the constant. Now we start our problem. Integral of t cube minus 116 square plus 15 dt equals to raised to 3 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 minus 1 over 6 times t over 3 plus 1 minus 1 over 6 times t raised to plus 1 over 2 plus 1 plus 15 and so we get 1 4. Here is 2.4 minus 1 over 18t cube plus 15t. After that, t equals to 5. For we need to know how much water in 5 minutes. So we need to substitute 5 to all t. So 1 over 4 in bracket 5 equal to times 4 minus 1 over 18 in bracket 5 cube plus 15 5. And we will get 156.24 minus 6.64 minus 75. Then add and subtract the remaining terms, which is 156.64 minus 6.194 plus 75 is equal to 224.3, or 224 3/10 gallons of water flows out from the faucet in the 5 minutes the faucet is turned on. After that thinking, Bob realized to save water when turning a faucet on for a lot of water is being wasted just in 5 minutes. By that, Bob is happy.
Now I will explain a solution for question G. Okay, so this is the question. Number question is G. The question given is y equals to 4x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. First, we have to differentiate. Then we got 4 times by 3x. 3 we have to minus with 1. Minus by 2 times by 2. X we also have to minus 1. So we got 2 minus 1 and minus with 5 times by 1 x 1 minus 1 plus 0. 0 we got because 1 is constant. We got the answer of dy dx is 12x squared minus 4x minus 5. Then we have to find the coordinate of stationary point. For stationary point, the formula is dy over dx equals to 0. So we got dy dx is 12x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals to 0. We use the equation EQN. A is 12, B is negative 4, C is negative 5. When we factorization, we got x equals to 5 over 6 and x2 is equals to negative half. To substitute x equals to 5 over 6 into y. So we got y equals to 4 times by 5 over 6 cube minus 2 times by 5 over 6 square minus 5 times by 5 over 6 plus 1. So the answer we got is y equals to negative 1 to 1 over 54. Therefore, stationary point is 5 over 6 negative 1 to 1 over 54. And then we also have to substitute x equals to negative half into y, which is y equals to 4 times by negative half cube negative minus 2 negative half square minus with 5 negative half plus 1. Then we got answer y equals to 5 over 2. Therefore, stationary point is negative half 5 over 2. To find d2y over dx square, we have to take the equation from dy over dx, which is 12x square minus 4x minus 5. Also, we have to get the power in front. So we got 12 times by 2x. The power we have to minus 1, so it can become 2 minus 1. Also, 4 times by 1x 1 minus 1 minus with 0. So when we calculate, we get the answer 24x minus 4. We have to substitute x with 5 over 6. So we got d2y over dx square. I got 16. 16 is more than 0, so it was the minimum point. So therefore, minimum point coordinate is 5 over 6, negative 1 to 1 over 54. Also, we have to do same thing like x over 5 over 6, but now we have to substitute x with negative half. which is d2y over dx squared is equals to 24, negative half, negative 4. So we got the answer is negative 16. Negative 16 is less than 0, so it was a maximum point. Therefore, for the maximum point, coordinate is negative half, 5 over 2. To find the intersection at x-axis y equals to 0, we have to substitute y equals to 0. So we got an answer x equals to 131, x2 equals to negative 1, x3 is 0.19. So the coordinate for the first x is 1.310. For coordinate x2 is negative 10. For x3 is 0.190. For intersection at y-axis, x equals to 0. Y equals to 4x cubed, negative 2x squared, negative 5x plus 1. So we have to substitute x with the 0. So we got the answer y equals to 1. So the coordinate is 0, 1. And lastly, we have to plot the graph. We take all the coordinate that we already get from the calculation before, then we plot it.
Now I will explain the solution of question H. Firstly, we want to find differentiation for the equation of the curve. After we differentiate, we got negative 12x squared plus 4x plus 5. Second step, when dy over dx equals to 0, negative 12x squared plus 4x plus 5, we must factorization and get 2x plus 1 and 6x negative minus 5. So when 2x plus 1 equals 0, we got x equals to negative half and 6x minus 5 equals to 0. We got x equals to 5 over 6. When x equals to negative 1 over 2, so y equals to negative 4 in bracket negative half cube plus 2 in bracket negative half square plus 5 in bracket half plus 1, we get negative 1 over 2. When x equals to 5 over 6, so y equals to negative 4 in bracket 5 over 6 cube plus 2 in bracket 5 over 6 square plus 5 in bracket 5 over 6 plus 1, we got 229 over 54. So therefore stationary point is negative half and 5 over 6, 229 over 54. So step 4, find inflection using second degree differentiation. So we find dy over dx equals to negative 12x squared plus 4x plus 5. So d2y over dx squared equals to negative 24x plus 4. At the point x equals to negative 1 over 2, d2y per dx square, negative equals to negative 24 in bracket negative 2 over 1 over 2 plus 4, we got 16. 16 is greater than 0, so the latter is minimum point. When x equals to 5 over 6, d2y over dx squared equals to negative 24 in bracket 5 over 6 plus 4, we get negative 16. Negative 16 is the less than 0, so the nature is in maximum point. Step 5, we want to find x intersection when y equals to 0. So 0 equals to negative 4 x cubed plus 2 x square plus 5x plus 1. We must factorization and get x equals to 3 over 2, x equals to negative 7 over 10, x equals to negative 1 over 5. So the coordinate for this x1 3 over 2, 0, x2 equals to negative 7 over 10, 0, x3 equals to negative 1 over 5, 0. Then we find y intersection when x equals to 0. So y equals to negative 4 in bracket 0 cube plus 2 in bracket 0 square plus 5 in bracket 0 plus 1. We got 1. So the coordinate is 0, 1. Lastly, we have to plot the graph. We take all the coordinate that we already get from the calculation before, then we plot it. Summary. Differentiation in mathematics process of finding the derivative or rate of change of a function. In contrast to the abstract nature of the theory behind it, the practical technique of differentiation can be carried out by purely algebra manipulation using 3 basic derivatives, 4 rules of operation, and a knowledge of how to manipulate function. Thank you.